Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 for Monday Night Raw from Knoxville, Tennessee. Almost December. We're getting there, guys. Yeah, Raw just was bad for the most part. There were a few exceptions. I'll get there. But anyway, I'm only going to ever say this one more time. And then I'm going to move on from this. And I'm never even going to mention this person ever again after right now. And I debated about even mentioning it now. But I wanted to at least give him a little shine and put him over just a little bit. Because he won the Intercontinental title last week. So Roman Reigns, who defended the title against Elias, and I guess successfully retained it. I skipped through the match because I don't care. Roman has this tendency of wearing the belt backwards. And I hate it. And I hate it because he's a babyface. He's supposed to be a babyface, and he's doing something that he is intentionally pissing people off about. And he knows he's doing it because he did it when he was the United States champion almost a year ago, right at a year ago, and everybody hated him for it. Which is another reason why Roman Reigns will never win a popularity contest. Now, the part of me feels like I would do the same thing. If somebody came at me and said I was doing something wrong, and they had absolutely no clue, for most people, that, you know, this is the show, blah, 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 whatever. We all get that it's a show. Roman needs to carry the belt the right way. Therefore, this is the last time I am going to mention Roman Reigns' name on any social media, any podcast, which I haven't been doing, or any video going forward until he loses the Intercontinental title. Hold the effing title the right way. Show the title respect. Let's move on. Rollins and Cesaro, man, what a match. I mean, you can't get any better than these two guys. Samoa Joe, Rollins, over. And then he mentions that Dino's on his vacation, his honeymoon, with Renee Young, which is just funny. Samoa Joe takes a beating from Titus O'Neil and then chokes him out and wins a match. Apollo also gets choked out because that's just what happens. The 6-women tag match that was supposed to happen never did because Paige's group jumps Bayley and Mickey backstage. Sasha's left all by herself. She's like, why is anybody not coming out? Paige comes out, cuts a really good promo. I thought that the whole segment was a little too long. Probably about, 40 seconds or so, a little, longer than I would have done. But anyway, we get a name for the group. Absolution. I like it. I really like it. It's something different. We can play off of that. We can play off that name. It works on just thinking about it in my head. As soon as she said it, it works on so many levels. And she offers Sasha to pledge her allegiance, which Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville both did. I didn't exactly love Mandy and Sonya having a live mic. Now, with that being said, they have to learn at some point. They have to. They have to be thrown in the fire and swim or drown. I mean, that's just because. I mean, that's how you learn. That's just like if you take somebody that doesn't know how to swim, which I don't know how to swim. There's a revelation. If you threw me into a pool, I would either drown, probably, or I would swim. That's how I know a lot of people learn how to swim, is they get thrown into a pool. It's a very mean and messed up way to do it, but it is effective. In this instance, it's the same way. It's tough. It's growing pains that you have to go through, but it's very effective. And I you know, you have to go through the stages with these people as they're still developing. And they're going to get better. Mandy was a little long-winded, but that's okay. Sonya, I thought she hit her spots really, really nicely. It could have been better, but it could have been way worse. And then, of course, they beat down Sasha Banks, which is always nice. Bray Wyatt, the promo, I mean, we're all dead, I guess. I don't get it. And then he beats Matt Hardy, and maybe we're going to get Broken Matt. I mean, this is like 6 months way too late. And that's being kind at 6 months. We'll see how it goes. Jeff's still out until I think WrestleMania, so we'll move on. So then we had the Fatal 4-Way for one of the spots. So they're doing... I like what they're doing, but it's just kind of confusing. They're doing 2 Fatal 4-Way matches. One this week, one next week. The winners of those 2 are going to advance in 2 weeks to meet in a match, one-on-one. The winner of that match gets a shot at Enzo in the Cruiserweight title. I like it. I know this has been done a couple of different times, different ways, but I like it. It's a way that you get everybody involved. You get everybody on TV. All the main players in the Cruiserweight division, for the most part, are there. I don't know where Kalisto's at, but anyway, maybe he'll be back next week. Maybe he'll be involved. I don't know. But then you get Rich Swann winning. I thought this match also went a little too long. The flow of it for me wasn't perfect, but I've seen worse, so we move on once again. Asuka beats Dana Brooke in like 3 seconds. Absolution comes out. Looks like they're going to get in the ring. Paige just kind of does this. And nothing happens. So they've set the table once again for 1 or 2 or 3 things that could happen. One, they could be teasing us for the eventual Paige versus Asuka match, which would be money. As long as Paige is still as good as she always was. That's yet to be seen. I'm hopeful that she will be. Or Asuka's going to join Absolution, which I don't like. I don't think that's a good idea for her. And not this early in her WWE main roster run. Or this is going to be Asuka's way of seeing what she's up against. Again, this actually goes back to the first, like the tease, but then she has to build her army, and she's going to call 2 more from NXT, and we're going to get 2 more NXT come-ups on the main roster, which would be very nice. I hope it's the first choice. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Jason Jordan gets a match with Kane. Count out. Kane wins. People just hate Jordan. They just really do. And then he beats on Jordan after the match. Finn comes out, does his entrance, which I thought was dumb. He should have just ran down to the ring and they should have brawled. That's first and foremost. But it didn't happen. We go to break, come back. Kurt Angle makes the match. Kane wins by DQ. Braun Strowman comes out and just annihilates him again and gets his receipt from last week, which makes a lot of sense. I didn't like how Raw ended with Kane like crawling away, but I can't wait till they build to the match with these 2 guys. We'll see how that goes and how long we have to wait until we get it. So, For now, that's all I've got. I'll hit you guys back up tomorrow night for the 411 for SmackDown Live. Until then, I'm Chaos. Deuces. I'm out.